Okay, I think we should be live, you guys. So let me know if everybody can hear me. We'll give everyone a chance to kind of jump in here and then we'll get started. I just posted another video on Boosted Motorsports 2 channel, so if you guys haven't seen that, check it out. I've been super busy posting a bunch of stuff, so and a lot of updates for you guys today. A lot has happened in the last day or so, or even a few days, so a lot of good updates for you guys. But we'll let everyone join in for a second and then we'll continue here. Cameron says, Cameron Young, hi, what's up, Cameron? Ricardo actually says, still thinking about moving to Texas? Yeah, it's either Texas or Florida. I haven't made the final decision. Although with all the snow Texas is getting right now, I don't know. I don't know if I want to do the whole snow thing. As you can see behind me right here, I've done the whole snow thing with snowcross and snowmobiles, but kind of over the snow thing these days. But we'll let a few people join in and then we'll get kicked off here. I'm just wrapping up a few messages here. Hope everyone's doing good. So we'll let a few people join in and then we'll get kicked off here. All right. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Texas. The snow thing isn't really ideal. That's for sure. That's for sure. John Taylor says hello from Pensacola, Florida. Oh, that's probably pretty nice down there. Is it cold up in Pensacola? I know it's a little bit further north, right? Are you guys getting any of that cold weather that everywhere else is getting? Troubadour, I just got 4 new control arms for my RT. Nice, nice. That's always a good time. Bunta says, yo, yo, what up? Cameron says, hey, does the board out throttle body for the 5.9 wake it up a lot? Yeah, it wakes it up decent. It's not like, I mean, it's a pretty affordable. I think like the board out throttle bodies for the 5.9s for the Magnums are pretty cheap. I think they are like, I want to say like under 200 bucks. So it's about right for like under 200 bucks. It's about the amount of power that you could expect. It's not gonna turn that engine into an animal, but yeah, it's about a $200 gain, I would say. It's not, like I said, it's not gonna like blow your socks off, but you'll feel a little improvement for sure. Bunta says Florida is the move. Cletus and Boosted Boys are out there. Yeah, the more I think about it, I think it's just less headache to go over there. Like I was mentioning before, like I did find out that Texas, if you live like within any cities, which is kind of what we want to do, because if we'd want to go to the cars and coffees and all the different meats and all that stuff, Texas you have to go for an annual inspection anywhere in the state, and then if you live close to the city, you also have to go for a smog every 2 years. And I mean, it's not, obviously people are doing it, but when you have like 4 or 5 cars, it just sounds like an absolute pain in the ass that I don't know if I'm willing to do. Give me 1 second. What's the next question? Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm kind of leaning towards the Florida thing. I think that's probably more favorable because, like I said, if I'm gonna give up the California weather, I feel like Florida weather is still warm year round. So I know it's more humid and stuff over there, but I think it's just easier for our vehicles and have to have multiple vehicles, and at the same time, it's warm as well. Oh, there we go. Alex says the snow in Texas rarely happens. Yeah, true. I just know that does get cold in the winter. Like Texas does get somewhat of a winter. I know that, like ice and all that stuff is a real thing in winter, whereas Florida's it's not. It's like non-existent. You might get once in a blue moon, but every winter in Texas, I know they get frost and cold nights and stuff like that. Whereas Florida, even in the winter, they're gonna have warm nights. Bunta says, "What part of Texas do you want to go to?" It's probably gonna be like the Dallas Fort Worth area if we go out that way. I think that's probably where I want to be. I got some friends and stuff in those areas. You guys saw like a bunch of the single cab Rams, the fourth gens that are setting all the records. Jason and Kyle, they're all in the DFW area, so probably go out that way, probably somewhere around there. But yeah, it's just then I'd have to deal with all the smog and all the stuff over there. Whereas Florida, it's non-existent. John Taylor. It's been 30 at night, 54 in the daytime, but no snow or ice. Well, that's not bad. At least you're not getting dumped on with snow. Jason said, headers leaking on my Ram 1500 5.7. What's the best swap for the money? I noticed you did one a while back. I think you mean by swap, I think you mean like fix. I mean, the cheapest bet is just going to be to change the bolts and change the gaskets. But it's going to be it's always the last two bolts on the back of the 5.7 Hemis on the Rams. The last two bolts or studs end up snapping. So you have to replace those. Eric says, "What's good, John? How you doing?" Good, man. Good. How are you doing? Bunta says, "How do you feel about Arizona?" Honestly, like I'm not political, but I think like Arizona is pretty much like the new California with so many people going there. And I've heard of all sorts of new crazy laws and all that stuff going over there and taxes. So, and the other thing too is like, I'm not knocking anybody that lives in Arizona, but it's really spread out. So it's like, you have Phoenix and you have like Flagstaff area and like, it's kind of like I kind of feel like Phoenix is like an island in the middle of the desert. It's like, you have like all city, like, and then like there's like a city, like it's all like within an hour of each other, and then outside of that it's just like nothingness. So I do like Arizona, but I mean there's not a huge car scene over there like there is in Texas or Florida or California. I mean there is a car scene, but it's not like all those other places. So I want to go where the action is. Like I said, my goal is once we finish the Dakota to be bringing these builds and stuff to some of these events and stuff, and a lot of them happen to be on the East Coast, so we shall see. We shall see. Colby says JBA shorties. I don't know. I've heard a lot of issues with those lately too, though, so I don't know. I don't know what's a safe bet these days. Let's see. Nicholas says Arizona's pretty nice. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Cameron, cold weather is better for boosted vehicles. I'm not going to the cold, that's for sure. I'm done with the cold. I don't care if it's better for boosted vehicles. I'll just turn up the boost. Ricardo says, cost of living is really nice in Texas. A big car truck scene. Yeah, you definitely got that right. I won't argue with you there. I think like Texas would be better for like the car scene and all that, but it's just a little bit more hassle, I feel like, and it's colder in the winters, which I know it's not a big deal, but it's just a factor for sure. Okay. Jason says, I did look at JBAs trying to make a final decision. Bunta says, just on that topic too, I'm going to be doing the hooker header ones. So I have the set of hooker headers. Yeah, full disclosure, like I'm sponsored by them, but at the same time too, I chose those ones. I could have went with all sorts of ones because they do offer more than just that. But for me, for daily driving, it's gonna give a performance improvement. You still maintain the catalytic converters, so you're gonna get an increase in performance, but you're not gonna get all the stink and all the nonsense and have the whole legalities getting rid of your factory catalytic converters and all that stuff. So this is an OEM replacement, and it's going to get rid of the issue. So with it being stainless and not those cast ones, it'll get rid of the issue and at the same time give you a bump in power. It's not a nightmare to install. You just install your bolts straight from the front. So that was my choice. Like I said, I could have, as a sponsored channel, I could have got a bunch of different varieties. I could have went with long tubes or gone with almost anything, but I chose those hooker headers because just for ease of installation, they're going to be, we can still maintain the stock heat shields, and the reliability, and it's just easier to install. Plus, get a gain in power, and like I said, keep the cats so you don't get all the stink and all that stuff. So I would check those ones out. Those are the ones we're gonna be installing, but we might change out the engine as I've told you guys first. So there's no point in putting those headers on the old engine if we're gonna change the engine. And I got a bunch of stuff actually on the way for you guys, which is super cool. So as you can see, we're wearing the Holly shirt. We've got a bunch of upgrade parts coming for that engine. So we're going to build the engine on the stands. So I'm going to put that brand new 5.7 long block that I have. We're going to put it on the engine stands, and I'm going to build it not like crazy, but we're going to dress it all up on the engine stand. I'm going to show you guys a bunch of cool parts that probably a lot of you guys don't know that are available from these guys. And we're going to dress it all up. We're going to get some billet valve covers on there. A bunch of stuff. And if you guys don't know, they actually do support and sell Mopar parts from their website. So it's kind of it's pretty much my go-to source right now for Mopar parts. So I'm going to be showing you guys that stuff, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, so we got a lot of exciting stuff, you guys. This channel is just non-stop. I hope you guys are enjoying it as much as I am, making all the content and doing all these videos for you guys, because we got so much stuff on the go right now. It's crazy. So yeah, we got and that's the other thing too. And once I guess once a few more people join, I'll get into it. We got a ton of stuff for the Dakota today. So I went and picked up all the stuff that I needed pretty much. I think tomorrow I got to pick up one more thing, but yeah, I'll talk more about it. We got the full cooling system, all those parts that I was missing that were damaged. I picked all those up this morning, and I already put in a ton of work today on the Dakota. So honestly, I'm not trying to get caught with my foot in my mouth, but this truck should be running in a few weeks, at least to the point where we can start it, because the amount of progress that I've been making lately, things are going to start moving real quick. So just for example, and I'll probably get into it more in this live, just today, I fitted all the cooling system. So all the new cooling system fits beautifully. I made brackets so our radiator stays in place. It's solid. The brackets are all there, so that's done. I finished painting our rad support, so that's all painted, finished. It's drying right now. I mounted the wire harness in the engine bay, so I started buttoning it up across the firewall and across and down both sides. So I did that. I started looking at making a bracket for our PCM. So yeah, we got a lot of progress, you guys. So that means that the engine bay harness is done. The one that goes on the dash is done. I also picked up a brand new, well not brand new, but a new dash. One that doesn't have the airbag deployed. So I'll say it now, and I'll say it a few times in tonight's video, because I really want you guys to be able to take advantage of it. I have so much extra parts right now that if you guys are interested in any of this stuff, definitely hit me up. So just off the top of my head, I have a Dodge Dakota dash, a full complete dash with the bezel, airbag. I have a Dodge Dakota leather wrapped steering wheel with the cruise control buttons and stereo buttons, with the steering column, airbag. I have all that stuff, so the original Dodge Dakota stuff. I also have a spare dash and dash frame now, so I have a second dash frame, you guys. So, and I have the harness. So if you guys are thinking of doing like a Hellcat dash or Dodge Charger dash, I can give you guys the dash that's already trimmed for a Dodge Dakota. So the one that you guys have seen me test fitting and everything like that, I'm going to be selling that one because I'm going to be using the one that doesn't have the airbag deployed just to save ourselves time. You can get that one easily reupholstered. I got quoted like a few $100 from an upholstery place to reupholster it, but I just didn't want to wait for it and just wanted a factory finish. So I have available that, the dash pad, a dash frame. I also have 2 dash harnesses now that are extra. So I have 3 dash harnesses, 2 that I can get rid of. What else? I have a cane and intake for the Dodge Dakota for the Magnum, if you're interested in that. Just so many parts, you guys. I already sold my center console from the Dodge Dakota. What else I have? That's about as much as I can think of off the top of my head. I have so many parts. I have 2 AEM boost gauges. So if you guys need AEM boost gauges, so part of the reason why I'm letting you guys know all this stuff is I'm gonna have to get rid of a bunch of stuff to be able to move. It's just gonna make my life easier, and I just have so much extra stuff that I would like to get rid of. So if you guys are interested in any of that, if you're interested in the Hellcat dash stuff, or even the Dakota dash, try to be local, because trying to ship that stuff is going to be a little tough for me. It's just going to be way more than it's worth probably to ship it to wherever you're at. So if you can, drive out here, let's make a deal. I need to get rid of all this stuff. My whole garage is like cluttered. Oh, the other thing I do have too is I have a separate and another HVAC box. So if you guys have been following along closely with the Hellcat build, I have a separate HVAC box as well with the blower motor and all that stuff. So if you guys are thinking of doing something like this, or retrofitting the dash like we've been doing on our Dakota into yours, I have the HVAC box, the dash frame, and the dash pad, and the dash wiring harness for the charger. So if you guys are thinking about doing it, I got a bunch of parts that I will offload for pretty cheap. So just hit me up. Let's see here. Let's see. Oh, Edgar hit us with $2. Thank you, sir. Edgar says, hey man, what's up? You doing all right, bro? Yes, sir. So actually really good. Like I said, I got a bunch of parts today for the Dakota. So I'm super happy. We've been making a lot of progress. So yeah, hopefully you heard the progress that we've been making, but I'll review it again today as well in tonight's chat. Let's see what you guys are saying. Bunta says, Nicholas, the summers suck, but I guess living there for many years, you just get used to it. Christopher says, moved to St. Louis, or Louis. Is it St. Louis or St. Louis? I can never remember. Problem solved. I know, right? Nicholas says, yeah, exactly. John, thank God we don't have to do any smog or vehicle inspection. Where are you at, John? I think you're in Florida, right? Christopher says it was minus 15 and 12 inches of snow, though. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I grew up in the snow. I've had enough of it, so definitely not doing that again. David says, howdy from the great Texas. What up, David? Hopefully you're staying warm over there. I know it's getting crazy over there right now. Susie says, what up? I'm late to the show. What did you decide, if anything, with the Ram? I vote 2,500. Your channel rocks, by the way. Thank you. I put 35s back on it, and I went with 20s. So I actually picked up a set of 20-inch wheels, 35s, and 12.5 wide. And hear me out on this theory. So when I did that, before I had 18-inch rims, wheels, whatever, and with going with the 20, I have more rim, less tire. And the truck actually seems to be laboring a lot less than it did with the 18s and 35s. So my theory behind that is more rim, it's aluminum, instead of having more rubber, which is a lot heavier and having that extra rotational mass. So now the truck is actually, like, I'm not even joking, going from the 37s to the 35s and the 20s, you guys, like, I gained 3 miles per gallon. No joke. And now, like, I still have I know a lot of guys don't like the MDS, but I still left it on. And the MDS is kicking in way more. Like, the truck is, shifting all the way down and just maintaining a low RPM. So I was driving around today to go get my parts, and I was getting like over 17 miles per gallon mixed driving with the lifted truck. So with that being said, I think, and I don't know if you guys know, or if, I know I've mentioned it in one of the videos, but maybe not as often as I should or could. But that truck does have airbags in the rear. So even though it's got the 6-inch lift, somebody installed airbags in the rear. So for towing, it's pretty much set up. So, and I was looking at 2500s. The 2500 I would want to get would be at least 2013 up. Like I want to get the same generation of truck at least. And for a 2013 and up Ram 2500, like a diesel one, yeah, they're going crazy right now. The prices they're like up in like the 40 grand for like something half decent. And I'd want to get one like equipped the same way with all the features and stuff if I'm gonna do it because if it's my daily and I'm gonna be spending a lot of time in it, I want it to be as nice as the one I have now. So with all that being said, I think we're gonna keep the 1500 for now. I think a lot of people want to see that truck stay on here, and I know we're going to be doing some towing, but it's not we're not at the point just yet where I'm towing every week or something like that. That truck's got plenty of power; it'll be able to tow and do what we want it to do for now. Like I know a 2500 is going to be better for towing the things and the ideas that I have down the road, but I think we should probably wait till we get to that point of always towing and going on these tours and all that stuff. Then I'll find a 2500, and I have a feeling with the way the economy is going that I think we'll be able to get one for cheaper later. Right now, everything is just crazy, and even though I'm like really focused on the cars, and on this channel I pretty much only talk about cars and stuff, I'm pretty in tune and following the whole economy stuff, and I've been listening to a lot of experts on it, and they're trying to say, or they're starting to say that they think Q4, like the end of 2021, that things are going to start to hit hard with the economy. So I'm gearing up myself personally to try to sell this place probably, I don't know, as soon as possible. Honestly, I want to like no later than this spring. I want to have this place listed. That way I can get this place, offload it, and you know how houses usually go. It usually takes like a month or two to close the deal, and then I would be gone. So that's what I'm trying to do. So right now I'm in like go 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 mode. Finish the Dakota, at least get it running so that we can move it around and stuff. Finish all the major fabrication, and that way I can start focusing on some stuff around here. Get this place buttoned up so that I can sell it, and then get the heck out of here. So it's still the plan. It's just I got a lot on my plate, guys, and I'm trying to get it all done. But the good news about all this is I pretty much have everything that I need to get this Dakota done. So, yeah, all the parts are here, you guys, pretty much. I mean, there's some odds and ends. We're still getting some Earl's fittings that are coming, some Holly parts. We got a different alternator bracket that's coming in. But, I mean, for the most part, like we have our fuel pump. We've got our lines. We've got just about everything. I've got all the new cooling system. So mostly where we're at, you guys, the only last like major fabrication thing, and it's not even that crazy, I don't think. I have to make a intermediate shaft, a custom one, to go from the Hellcat steering column to the Hellcat steering column to our Dakota steering rack. So I have to custom make a Dakota or intermediate shaft that converts the two and attaches the two. But other than that, like everything else is pretty much done. The engine's in, everything's good there. We have our cooling system all in, our firewall is all modified, our dash is all modified. So probably like this week, you guys are gonna see a ton of progress, whatever. I'm gonna trim the new dash that I have, put that in. I should be able to leave it there. Finish wiring everything up. I can probably start putting all of our gauges and different stuff in there. I got to run the rest of the harness through the vehicle out to the back, relocate our battery to the rear, and I got to hook up the fuel pump and all that stuff. But things are going to be motoring, you guys. It's going to start looking pretty exciting this week. I can definitely guarantee you that. So a bunch of good days, and she's going to be ready to fly here pretty soon. Let's see what you guys are saying. I'll get to some of your questions and we can discuss more as well. Cameron, do you go to Good Guys car shows? I'm not sure what that is. I haven't heard of it. Jacob says the Dakota build is awesome. Thank you, sir. Alex, do you plan on doing any performance mods on your current 4th gen like you did with the first one, like Pro Charger or Cam? No. So That's one thing I'm not going to be doing to that truck. That truck's my daily. I'm not trying to go fast in it. I think I've said that a few times, but I'll say it again. Like, I did that with the first Ram, but we've already got enough performance vehicles on the channel right now, and I don't want to compromise the reliability of my daily. So we'll do some simple stuff, some like, and that's what I noticed too with the last one. Like, the average person isn't trying to pro charge and turn their, their truck, their daily into a race truck. So I'm gonna keep it along the same lines as you guys, most of you guys would. And yeah, we're not gonna like try to go fast in that truck. It's a lifted truck. I'm not trying to like break any records or. It's a lift, like the fact that it's all lifted and 4-wheel drive and stuff. It was never intended to be a race truck, so we'll keep the race trucks for the other stuff. I think the Dakota is plenty of race truck for this channel. But like I said, if this channel blows up, I'll get a 4th gen single cab and we'll go full send on it. But we're not there just yet. Bunta says, Phoenix has a car scene, more of a supercar exotic car scene rather than custom builds or JDM cars. You'll see a few gems once you meet certain people. Yeah, definitely. I have buddies that are over there too, and I know it exists. I'm just saying like the magnitude of it, way bigger in Texas, way bigger in Florida, and way bigger in California. So, like you guys can remember, with me being in California, I'm coming from one of the biggest car scenes in the U.S. So to relocate, I want to make sure I'm in another big scene. So, like I said, Texas, huge car scene. Florida, definitely another huge car scene as well. So. I've just, yeah, if I'm going to give up this car scene, I got to make sure I'm in another hot spot for sure. Nicholas says, do you think it would be worth it to do a Hellcat swap on my 2nd gen Ram? Honestly, I don't know. If I'm being 100 with you, I would say probably not. It depends how much money you want to spend. Like, it's expensive. So, if you're willing to throw that kind of money into that truck, like depending on how that truck is, like condition-wise, and if that's the type of build you're trying to do, I would consider all those factors because it's not cheap. Cameron says it's expensive. Yeah, he just seconded my point. Colby says something similar. I don't know what we're talking about. Gentle Ruthless says, what's up, John? What's up? Edgar, hey man, what's up? What's up, Edgar? How many miles on the Ram? Ram has about 100K right now. SR says, hey Boosted, what up? Yeah, so the Ram has 100K. Cameron, are you going to do the Hellcat interior and the Hellcoda? Yeah, I think we already established that. So we're not going to do the seats because the seats are too big, but yeah, I mean all the dash and all that stuff is going to be Hellcat. Haven't decided what we're doing with the door panels yet, but that's kind of like the least of my worries right now. We'll deal with that stuff later. Like I said, as long as I can get it started, running, and all that stuff for now, like I just want to do all the stuff that I need the lift for so that I can remove the lift, sell the house, get going. So that's pretty much it. Like the door panels, we can mess with that anywhere. I have to make sure I have the lift to do all the up and down stuff. And then once I'm finished with that, then we're going to get out of here. Bunta says, oh yeah, the progress on the Hellcat is going like crazy. The hardest part was just mounting and wiring. Yeah, so we're still doing the wiring, but I mean, you guys already know it runs, so it's just a situation of organizing everything now. So, but yeah, I'm not too worried about it. She's gonna be running pretty soon, boys. So I'm getting excited. I'm getting excited seeing it come together, honestly, and like just. I mean, the amount of patience and work and just thought that's going into this, and like the fact that the whole truck is coming out so well, and like I don't know, I think it's going to be like very close to factory, which I think is going to be a cool touch to it. And I'm trying to make sure that like the whole system is mostly factory 2019 Charger stuff. So if you're ever out somewhere or like, we decide to road trip this thing or whatever we decide to do with it later, you can go and get parts. If something breaks, you can just get parts for a Charger and it's not a bunch of custom things. So, and I'm trying to keep all the wiring, well, actually it is, I'm not trying to. the whole wiring system is going to be 2019 Charger stuff. So nothing from the 99 is going to be in this truck at the end of it. So it's going to be all newer, more modern electronics. So it should be a lot more reliable than the Dakota was previously. So with all this, new electronics and stuff, it has everything 2019 in it. It's going to be like a new truck with the exception of the chassis. So, I mean, if a wheel bearing or something wears out or a ball joint, but that stuff's not something that's going to just like let go. And if it does, that stuff's easy to get. But I mean, the whole truck is going to be all brand new drivetrain with only 12,000 miles on it. So it's going to be pretty gnarly, boys, but she's coming along. Alex with the wave. What's up, Alex? David, swapped headers, only 2014 5.7 at 188,000. And on one, it had a broken stud. I was quite surprised by that. And actually, they were JBA shorties. Sounds absolutely wild now. Nice. Gentle, the Hellcoda is going to be insane, bro. Yeah, I agree. Pyro, what set of heads do you recommend for a 98 5.9? I mean, the most common choice is Edelbrock. Some of the more rare ones are, IndieX and stuff like that. So, I don't know. I kind of went down that path, you guys know, and I didn't get too far down it before I looked at the price and the performance, and I just bailed. So, you guys already know which way I went. Honestly, it depends what your goals are, you guys, but I would probably suggest looking at these guys' kit and just, even if you just put like a junkyard 5.7 in it, you're going to be leaps and bounds further ahead than trying to make that old Magnum platform go fast. So, personal opinion, I'm sticking by my opinion, so I don't know. You guys already know what I did. I we already had a 5.9 in there that I could have built up, and I bailed on it. So I think this more modern muscle stuff has a lot more potential to it. I'm not saying you can't do it with old stuff, but it's just I feel like you're gonna spend a lot more money for not as much performance with the older stuff. The newer technology is just you can't beat it. I mean, you can, but you're gonna spend way more money than just doing something like we did, honestly. But it's whatever way you want to go, really. Let's see. Henry says the build is looking good. You looked like a kid on Christmas morning when the parts came. Yeah, because before, like when I was discussing with Holly about the fuel pump and stuff, it was supposed to be back ordered till like I think March 5th or something. But yeah, I guess I got the last one. We were joking around. Me and my guy at Holly were kind of laughing about it. So I guess I might have got the last. I think it's a Walboro 450 that comes on it. So I think I got the last one, and it came just in time. So I'm super excited because I thought I was gonna have to wait till March, like 5th or whenever the heck that thing would come in to put the fuel pump in there to be able to fire it. But the fact that it came now means that I gotta get my button gear, hurry up and finish the wiring and all the nonsense, and I can drop that fuel pump in. We can plumb our fuel line, and technically this thing could fire up as soon as I'm ready. We can fire it. I have everything here to do it. I just gotta put in a bunch of good days on this thing, which is what my plan is now. So I'm hoping, like I said, 2-3 weeks this thing should be able to start. So mark my words, we'll get there. David says, I was saying it's lighter than Challengers and Chargers for now. Just want to hear and see it scream down the track. About 700 horsepower, I guess. Yeah, it's going to be wild. Edgar, I took my snow off my Ram truck with my bass system that I have inside my truck. So much bass it hurt my ears. Damn, so you just shook that snow off. Henry says, Wrenchworks selling a 3500 dually. Yeah, that's a lot of truck. The other thing, too, is if I'm going to move to another state, I would prefer to wait till I get over there before purchasing another vehicle, because if I buy another truck here, then I have to register it here, and you guys already know, like, registration over here is insane. So I'd have to pay California taxes and registration on a new vehicle I purchase here, versus if I wait till wherever I'm at, then I would, pay the tax or registration over there, which is going to be way less than doing it here. So that was the other consideration as well. The 1500 will be fine for now. I think we'll be all right. David says, won't it have 2 fuel pumps? No, so we're just going to be running the single. We'll be fine with the single. We don't need a dual fuel pump at the power levels we're at right now. Nathan, what's up, dude? What's up? Jason, for a daily driver, what would you say is a must change over stock? Depends what vehicle. I don't know which vehicle. I don't know how you say that, but Zip Nasty. Did you grab the speaker system out of the Hellcat to throw on the Dakota? Yeah, I have the full speaker system, but probably won't going to be able to fit the whole thing, but I do have it. So if you go back in the old videos, we actually had the stereo running with the whole harness on the ground. It was pretty funny. Jeremy, I'm wanting to get another second gen Dodge and have a 408 stroker motor. But it's hard to really find performance parts for the trucks. Yeah, that's another reason why I bailed on the Magnum platform. I mean, there's stuff out there, don't get me wrong. I'm not completely oblivious to it, but there's not as much of a market for that stuff, so performance companies aren't really making parts for that, whereas newer stuff, there's so many options, and it's a lot easier to make power and cheaper. Jason, wishing I'd have bought my buddy's Dakota now. Oh, I know, man. I hear you. I hear you. A lot of people are saying that too. Like a lot of people are saying that, and I'm not trying to take credit for it, but they're saying that the prices of Dakotas are going up. I don't know if that's. Some people are joking around saying it's because of this channel. They're seeing Dakotas and wanting to buy them, but they're still out there for cheap. I've still seen a bunch of them for cheap. Patrick says, "What's up? Dakota is coming along great. Love the videos. Can't wait to see it running." Thanks, man. Me too. I can't wait either. Mr. Magoo, love the content. John, question. Does the Alpha OBD software work to change the cluster in the RAM? That's a good question. Yeah, you should be able to, but I think you need the access code. There's like a 4-digit PIN that you sometimes need depending on what you're doing. And you have to get it from your dealer. You have to give them your VIN, and then they give you this 4-digit PIN. And depending on the dealer, some of them will be like a little bit hesitant to give you that code, but apparently if you Google it, you go on the forums, the RAM forums and stuff, people will tell you like what they said to get it. But yeah, you have to get the 4-digit PIN probably to to do what you're trying to do. But it's possible with it. It is able to do it. It's just you might have to have that 4-digit security PIN. Nicholas, even stock ones are pretty quick. Stock Dakotas, I guess that's subjective to what you call fast. I don't think they're fast, but I mean, I'm coming from like a Viper and a bunch of fast cars, but stock, I wouldn't say they're fast. Was it like a 16, 15 second truck? Maybe 14s if you're lucky. Pyro, the one sucky part is that I literally got a whole 98 Durango with a 5.9 in it for well under what you could get a 5.9 short block for. True. Well, I mean, if you saved on the truck, then you could spend on the engine type thing, right? It's all relative. Gentle says, John, what's one power mod idea I can do to my 2017 5.7 that's not exhaust system or air intake system? Probably the throttle bodies that I offer. I don't have any at the moment, but the bored out throttle bodies, the True Bore 85 mil, that's a good power adder. So other than intake and exhaust, I would do the throttle body. It's super easy. It takes less than 5-10 minutes to install it, and it's bolt-on power. But I've just been so busy with everything else, I haven't sent any off to get machined. But if you guys are interested, let me know. I'll try to get some more done here soon. It's just a lot going on right now. David says, what are your plans for the rear end of the RT? What gear ratio are you thinking? Do you think the stock will hold all the power? No. So stock will not hold all that power, but like I mentioned before, I'm trying to just get the truck running for now, and then we'll deal with kind of the other stuff later. Like I said, as long as I get all the fab work and all that stuff done, I'm gonna have to probably change the rear gear, and I'm also gonna have to beef up the rear end components. I think the differential itself, or the axle itself, should be strong enough. It's a 12-bolt rear, but we're definitely gonna have to beef up the axles that go in it, the diff, and beef that part of it up. But yeah, I'm probably change the gear ratio. I think the gear ratio is a little too aggressive for how much power we're running and having the 8-speed behind it. So Yeah, I mean, for now, I'm probably just gonna get a drive shaft made that fits to that differential, and if it explodes, it explodes. I mean, we're gonna have to, drive the truck and know that that's the weak point. So it's not like I'm gonna go out there and just try to launch the truck just instantly on sticky tires because we know it's gonna snap, right? But with that being said, for now, we'll be able to get the truck together, get the truck running, and be able to drive the truck and all that stuff, and then we can deal with that stuff later and beefing up the rear end so that we can go to the track and fully launch it and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm not gonna like just put it together on the stock diff and then go to the track and just floor it because we all know what's gonna happen if I try to hook and book. It's just gonna snap everything back there. So with that being said, like I know I can roll into the power for sure, but we'll wait till we get some stronger components in that axle before we go full send on it. But like I said, for now, let's get it running, let's get it driving, and work out some bugs, and then we'll order all the axle components. And doing the axle and stuff like that's something that I can do in a weekend. We can change up the components, and all of a sudden it's going to be beefed up. So that is the plan there. Let me just check one thing. Give me 1 second. All right. What the heck was that? Something just fell down. Let's see what else. Yeah, so Gentle Ruthless. I've done some videos on the throttle body, so definitely check those out. And you can check out the review of them. I've had a bunch. I don't even know what the count is. It's got to be at least 60 to 100 throttle bodies out there that are, and every single person that's running my throttle body, no complaints. Everybody's super happy with it. So hit me up if you want one. Try to get you sorted out. But like I said, I don't have any on hand right yet. But if you guys are interested, I'll try to get on making some. Pyro, thanks for the info. Hopefully I'll be able to put heads and cam in it for cheap and then get a Gen 3 Hemi later down the road. Yeah, you could do that. I will have a Gen 3 5.7 for sale. It's coming out of my RAM. I don't know if anybody's local and wants it, but Henry says, don't think getting it running is going to be a problem since you already had it running. Putting all the puzzle pieces together is the trick, which you're doing a fabulous job on. Thanks, Henry. Yeah, like I said, I was kind of joking. I've joked around a few times saying that, maybe it was just luck, but I think at this point I got to give myself a little more credit for making this whole thing go together the way that it's going. So I think it's a lot of thought process that's going on behind the scenes. Me looking at things, trying to figure out how I can make it work, and modifying things in such a way that it looks factory. So, I mean, you guys got to remember, like, there's so many components that I've put onto this truck at this point, and try to do it in a fashion that I would imagine would be somewhat factory. And just the results of all that now and everything being bolted up just like factory, I think, like I said, it's not all luck because there's been a lot of cutting. Like the amount of times I've had to sweep that garage floor of just metal shavings and all that stuff. We've grinded so much metal and cut so much stuff, but at the same time, even though we've removed and altered a lot of material, it's going together, like factory, which is exactly what I'm trying to do. So I'm trying to maintain that factory look and, build so that this thing is going to be super reliable and hopefully a ton of fun. And, we're going to have a 2019 Dodge Dakota essentially with a Hellcat motor. So it's going to be pretty cool. Let's see. Ben says, I thought the higher gear ratio was better for more power or is better for higher torque. Am I wrong? Yeah, so with having the 8-speed in there, it's going to be way too much gear for it. So can't remember offhand what the Hellcat is, but it's a really low number. So Yeah, like I said, with having that much power and having 8 gears, we can go a lot lower on the gear ratio. Like having the 392 that's in there is just gonna like blow through first and second, like super easy. Josh says Viper seats in the Dakota. So I have Jason has SRT4 Viper seats, so they're pretty much a Viper seat. I gotta talk with him. It's been a while since I touched base with him, but I have one of those seats here, so we're probably gonna be doing those. He's got the other one that he was gonna get reupholstered, but that's what we're thinking, I think, at this point. William says, how much oil is your Ram burning? I haven't put an exact measure on it, but it's like, I don't know. I did some research. So apparently, according to Dodge or Ram, whatever, 1 quart per 1,000 miles is considered normal. I don't think that's normal, but that's pretty much what we're going through. So it's just a little excessive, but it's weird. Like there's no smoke coming out of it. I think the engine's just a little tired, but we don't know the history on the truck. But we'll probably get into that a little bit later once we decide to swap her out. David said that truck may even twist from all the torque and bearings, everything from all over. Better be able to withstand it all. See demonology deal on his. Herman, jolly cool dude. I don't know. So my take on that is you got to remember the Charger and the Challenger are not a full frame vehicle. They're a unibody. And we have a truck frame. So yeah, there's going to be flex. There's flex on just about any of these vehicles. But we have an actual frame. So, I mean, the fact that we have that, yeah, it's going to flex. Like, you can see my friends, single cab Rams, they're flexing and they're lifting one wheel off the line. It's not a bad thing. But it's not going to bend anything. But, yeah, we have a truck frame with this, engine. So we should be fine. It's going to be... it's going to have as much, if not more, steel than the unibody setup that was originally there, so we'll be alright. Gentle Ruthless says, I'll check your videos out after the show. Sounds good. Pyro, I won't have the Gen 3 Hemi money for a long ass time. It's cheaper than you think, but like you can get a junkyard Gen 3 Hemi for like $1,500. But you're going to spend a lot more on that 5.9 to get it fast. Like, just a set of heads alone is, like, over $1,500 for a 5.9 Magnum, but you can get a Gen 3 Hemi long block used from a junkyard for like $1,500. And you'll be making more power than you make with the 5.9. Penn says, what will you do about steering wheel and dash where the airbag's deployed? So, I covered that earlier in this live. So I just finished getting a dash that is in good condition, doesn't have a deployed passenger airbag. So I just finished picking that up today. You guys will see that in the next video. And with that being said, I said it earlier in this live, but I have a complete Charger Hellcat dash, complete Charger Hellcat frame and harness and HVAC system that is available for sale. The one that I'm selling, I'm going to sell the one that we mocked up in my truck. So that one, the one that fits and is already trimmed to fit my truck, I'm selling that one. And the only reason I'm selling it is because I'm going to put in another one that doesn't have a blown airbag so that I don't have to deal with getting it reupholstered and waiting and having a lot of downtime. So I went ahead and just got another one. So I'm going to try to recoup my money off the old one. So if you're interested in that and you're local or you can pick it up, hit me up and we'll get you sorted out. So you'll get a frame, a dash, the harness if you want it. I have part of an HVAC system from the Charger as well. So, and it's all already trimmed to fit in the Dakota. The only thing that's not trimmed is the frame, but I'll let you, trim it up as you want. You guys will just watch the videos and see how I trimmed it because I show exactly where to do it. So, but yeah, I have a new unaltered frame that you guys can use and trim it up and do that whole thing. So hit me up if you guys want that. I have to get rid of it. I want to recoup the money from that one. And a lot of the work is already done. It's already trimmed to fit the Dakota or a Durango. So, and also I'm getting a new airbag for the driver's side, but I don't think we're going to be, I don't think the restraint system is going to be functioning. There's so many airbags that are in the Charger. So I don't think that we're going to be able to, utilize it. I'm just going to put the airbag in there so that it's, looks complete. But the fact that the Charger and the Challenger have like curtain airbags and airbags all over the place and sensors all over the place, that I don't think we're going to be making all that system work. But we'll be all right. Let's see. David says you should have a rebel flag parachute. I'm just joking. Yeah, I don't think so. Gentle Ruthless says 321 gears. I haven't decided on the gear ratio. I'll have to talk to some people that are a little bit more in the drag racing scene with these Hellcats and see what they recommend. Nicholas says you should do Sparko seats. I kind of want to go for a factory look, so I think that's why we're going to go with maybe the SRT4 Viper seats. Tinker Garage, what do you think about Dodge shutting down the SRT division? I actually just made a video about that on Boosted Motorsports 2 channel, so if you guys haven't seen that, check out our other channel. I literally just posted a video before this. Josh says, are the ACR SRT4 seats? They're the same ones, they just don't have ACR embroidered in it. So if you guys have ever seen the SRT4 seats that look like a Viper seat, it's those ones. The only difference between those ones and the ACR ones is it just says ACR in the headrest. But White Knuckle RT, Hellcat is a 262. Oh, there you go. You will want the 309. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It's been a while since I looked at that stuff, but yeah, the 392 is going to be way too aggressive. So Jordan says, what made you get the 5.9 instead of the 4.7? I think that one's self-explanatory. I don't think anybody goes for the 4.7 over the 5.9, but I bought the RT. I wasn't really too picky on the engine, but I wanted an actual RT, and that's what we got. And we messed with that for a while, as you guys know, and then now we're Hellcat. Henry, later on 4-link rear. Yeah, I mean, we'll address the traction issues later. Like I said, I'm just trying to get the thing running, and we'll deal with traction and different setups and, axle and all that stuff after. John says, sorry if I missed it, but are you planning to beef up the rear end to handle all that power? Yeah, I think I've covered that a couple times so far, but yeah, we're going to be addressing that. So we'll probably keep the original axle, but we'll put, or housing, I guess. We'll put stronger axles in it and different diff in it. So, and gears as well. Chad says, having to replace the water pump on a 14 Ram with a Hemi and decided to do a thermostat, fan clutch removal, and upgrade a V6. Thanks for the videos. Really appreciate and love watching Hellcoda vids. Thanks, man. Glad it helped and worked out. Cody says, I have a 14 Ram with 182,000. It's been an awesome truck. How much longer do you think I can expect out of the motor? Maintained well? Quite a while, actually. So as long as you maintain them well, I know it's all luck of the draw. Some guys have lifter and cam-ish failures, but other than that, they are pretty solid motors. So I think you should be all right for a while. Racing Ram Fam, what's going on? I just was in Finnegan Garage trying to win a T56 for the twin turbo 5.2. Damn. Did you win? Did you win that T56? Nicholas says, did you sell a Dakota motor? Yeah, so both motors are gone. Transmissions are gone. So, but what I do have, like I said, I have the original Dakota dash for sale. I've got the original Dakota steering wheel. It's a leather one with all the cruise control and stereo buttons on it. And I have the full steering column. That's available. I have a K&N intake for the Dakota for sale. I have the Charger Hellcat dash for sale with a frame, with the HVAC system, a bunch of stuff. So you guys will help me out by helping me get rid of some of this stuff, because I need to start clearing out all this stuff so I can be able to move. So hit me up. Racing Ram Fam, sadly no. If you guys haven't checked out Racing Ram Fam, check him out. He's got a pretty cool build. He's got a twin turbo 5.2 at this point, but I know he's got a 5.9 engine on the stand that he's doing a full build with. So they're going to try to see how long, I guess, the 5.2 survives before he ends up, I guess, grenading that one and then sticking it to the 5.9. So check out his channel. He's got some cool content over there. He says, was awesome to give away. Are you going to have a FRP tune the Hellcat engine? we'll see. For now, I'm just gonna get it running. Already have unlocked PCM from HP Tuners, so we're all set to do whatever we want to do with it. But probably, like I said, just get it running for now. Like I had a decision to, with the fuel setup, I was trying to decide whether to go returnless or return system. And for now, at the power levels we're at stock and stuff, I just decided to just maintain and retain the factory setup. I want to get everything running, factory, factory tune, all that stuff. The reason why is because I just want to get running first, and then we'll deal with power later. Because the last thing I want to do is start messing with the tune, and then the thing's not running right, maybe, and having hiccups, and then you're wondering if it's because of the tune, or if it's because of our wiring, or because of our fuel system, and all that stuff. So first things first, get it running smoothly with the factory tune, and then we can move on from there. But I think we're gonna have hands full with at least 707 horsepower, and I say that because that horsepower rating is with the factory manifolds. You guys know we have the off-road hooker long tubes on there. We're also going to have an intake on there as well. So just those two combined, I mean, we're going to be picking up some horse right there. So yeah, she's going to be pretty crazy. She's going to be pretty wild. So we'll deal with that first, and then we can. I think first things first. Once we get it all sorted out too, we'll go to the track, see what she runs. All stock. Once we get the rear end sorted out and she can handle the power, we'll see what she runs just out of the gate, just the way it is, and then obviously we'll start tuning from there. But it's gonna be tons of fun right off the get go. Like we're gonna have to figure out how to get traction in this thing, but. Yep, so he's going to hit the 5.2 limits and 5.9 limits. White Knuckle. Oh, wait. He says, oh, very true. What did your 5.9 supercharge make on the dyno? We did end up dynoing it. That thing only survived for... It didn't even really survive. So when we supercharged the 5.9, I didn't even, I was just on my... I want to say, the 4th revision from FRP, and the motor let go. So we were just street tuning it with the wide bands, and yeah, I didn't even get a chance to enjoy that thing. So we got it all built, and the motor let go before I even got a chance to enjoy the truck. It felt half decent. It wasn't anything too crazy. I would say like butt dyno, maybe 350-ish wheel horsepower. It wasn't anything too crazy, but it definitely woke it up. But yeah, it didn't even survive, and we were street tuning it and didn't dyno it. So, and then we ended up putting the 5.9 cam in there and never put the Pro Charger back on it, and then ultimately decided to just yank it and go with the Hellcat swap. White Knuckle says, do you have any throttle bodies left, John? Not right now. If you guys are interested, hit me up so I can kind of get a feeler for if you guys are interested in them. If there's a few more guys, I'll get some more made. I've just been swamped right now, so I haven't had a chance to make some more of them. But I'll get on it if we got some interest in them right now. Landon says you should mount a Hellcat blower on your Ram. Yeah, I get it, but like I said a few times, the Ram is my daily. I'm not trying to turn that thing into a race truck, so trying to have one normal vehicle, you guys. If you guys can just let me have at least one normal vehicle, that'd be cool. Like I said, we've got the S2000 race car, I'm trying to get rid of that. But then we've got the Viper supercharged, that is not a daily. We've got a supercharged Hellcat swapped Dodge Dakota, that is not a daily. We have a lowered SRT10 Ram, not a daily. Let me have one daily, please. So yeah, I'm not trying to modify the crap out of the I guess daily RAM. So do you have to leave the emissions intact in the Hellcoda because you live in California? Yeah, so we do, but at the same time, this truck is probably going to be going more in a race truck direction. So yeah, we're going to be looking at doing that. Plus, looks like we're going to be going out of state. So pretty much once it's finished being built, we're going to be moving. So depending on where we end up, maybe it won't be an issue. But yeah, as of right now in California, it's going to be, you know, used as a race truck off road. But yeah, once we relocate, it's probably not going to be an issue. Cole, did you sell your M1 intake for the Magnum? Yes. Yeah, so yeah, all the Magnum stuff is gone, you guys, for the most part. For the most part, except for a K&N intake. If you want a K&N intake for Dakota. Enrique, thank you for the $20, sir. Hey John, I love the content as usual. Keep it coming. I'm thinking of doing a new look on my Dakota, but I wanted to ask if you think vinyl wrap is better than paint, or is the other way around from your personal experience? It depends. I think if I recall, you live a little bit up north, so it's not as hot. With doing the vinyl wraps down here in the south, like it gets pretty hot in here, so it bakes the crap out of them. And with the heat and the sun, two things: it dries the wrap out, and it causes a lot of like shrinkage. Like, well, both. Like, it causes it to expand and contract based on the extreme temperatures here. So for that reason, I don't think the wraps survive as much down here as they might up north. But my personal opinion is like unless you have a black car or a black truck and then you do like a different color on top of it, one thing, and this is just me being like super OCD, is when you open the door, you open the trunk, or you open the hood, you see the other color. So just keep that in mind if you go with a wrap versus if you go with a proper paint job and you do it, you know, the proper way, where you're painting the engine bay and the door jambs and all that stuff to match. Like, that is going to be a better look long term than short term, which is a wrap. Because with a wrap, like, you open the door and you end up seeing the different color. There are wrap shops that'll end up doing all the door jambs and stuff for you, but you're always going to see it. There's always going to be somewhere where you're going to, you know, see where they couldn't get to with the vinyl. And those ones where they're doing the full door jambs and everything, it costs a lot more too. So, I mean, you got to remember both. It's like when you open the door, you see it on the door sill, the back of the door, like when you open it. So, like, if you go walk up to your car and, like, for example, the S2000 is yellow, we've got that gray, you know, gloss rock gray wrap, and then you open the door and all you see is banana yellow. Like, it's, I don't know, that bugs me. So, like I said, if you're experimenting with a color, I would say wrap it. If you do like it, then you could paint it if you're not too sure on the color. But if you're 100% with that color, I would say probably paint it. But just my opinion. Hopefully that helps on your situation. But let me know. Steve says, how much power are you looking to put in the Dakota? So, like I said, off the hop, it's going to have over 700 easily. Like I said, with the few mods that we have on it, it's going to be more than the 707 from the factory. And then if we tune it, like, it's just going to go from there. So right off the bat, we'll just run stock power levels. It's already going to be above stock, like I said, with the mods that we have. And then once we get traction and we start setting some good times with that, and we're ready for more power, then we'll just, you know, sky's the limit after that. So we'll just keep adding power to it until we have a ton of fun. It's kind of the plan. Tinker Garage. So you're saying if you hit 80,000 subs, you'll supercharge a RAM? No, I think we gotta get a little higher than that. So, like I said, if this channel takes off to the point where, like, I'm getting like tons and tons of you know, views and stuff like that, where I can support doing that, then yeah, I mean, I probably wouldn't supercharge that truck. I would probably get a 4th gen single cab and go to town with that. If we're gonna make a fast truck, I don't want it to be that big, heavy lifted truck. It'll probably be the other one. But I know we'll get to 80. Like, 80 is not really a huge target. I think, like, getting to, like, 150, 200K, like, if we start getting up to that many subscribers, like, that's when I think I'll have a lot more funding to play with for the channel. White Knuckle. Go back and watch the old videos. He supercharged a 14 RAM already. Yeah, so, I mean, I've already done it. I don't really want to do it again to this one with it being my daily, but yeah, we'll be doing some different stuff. I don't know how we're going to top this build, but I'm sure we'll come up with something. Cody says, turn that RAM into a tow beast. Mine pulls a camper like a dream, and when you're not towing, get 22 on the highway. Can't beat it. Yeah, so that's what we'll probably end up doing, honestly. I'll drop that engine in that 1500. We'll roll with that for this year, probably a better part of next year. And if towing really becomes a big thing on the channel, then we'll get the 2500 then. But we're still a little ways off that. We still got the Dakota to finish. We still got the moving to do and get settled in a new place before we start going on tour with the Dakota is kind of the plan. So I mentioned a few times, that's my ultimate goal. Once we move, relocate. I'm going to try to buy, once I finish the Dakota, like hopefully in a few weeks to where the point where it runs. Like I said, I got to go to town on this place, get this place ready so I can sell it. And then I also want to go pick up a 24 or 28 foot enclosed trailer. So that'll be another whole adventure in itself that I'll take with you guys along with me. We'll go get the trailer, come back here, and then I'm going to use that trailer to be able to move. This place should sell pretty quickly, and then we're going to be on the road. I'll take you guys along for the whole adventure, for the whole relocation. It's going to be pretty fun. Like I said, the Dakota will be running, but it's probably still some stuff we're going to have to finish up on the Dakota, but it should be, at least running. And we can button up some small things, work on the door panels, all that kind of small stuff while, things get wrapped up around here. Relocate, and then my ultimate goal is once the Dakota is to, we get the rear ends finished to the point where it can, take a beating and we can go full send on it. Start going to the track with it, start going to some of these call-out events, start going to some of these race events with the Dakota. And I want to be able to use the Ram to tow the trailer that we get and the Dakota to the track, and we can start going to some of these YouTube events. I think the build should be crazy enough to where we can, maybe get into some of these YouTube call-out events, and that's kind of the game plan. But so that's long term, which I'm just letting you guys know what I want to do. But yeah, once we start taking the Dakota and going to a bunch of events and getting our name out there, then we'll probably get the 2500 when it's a frequent thing that we're always going out to all these events. Michael, what's up? John, what's up? John, I did a nice satin black wrap on my Dakota in Florida. It lasted about 5 years. Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, you got to remember, you're probably storing it inside, I would assume, too. So, yeah, if you take care of it, it'll last. But I'm just saying, the whole shrinking thing. The other thing, too, is with it being dry heat out here on the West Coast, it really dries out those wraps in a hurry. Landon says, what are your thoughts on the SRT program being put down? Or put dough. I think you meant put down. I just made a video on Boosted Motorsports 2 about it. It's kind of weird. So I think there's a lot of speculation on it. I don't think Dodge and SRT is stupid enough to let go of one of their biggest and most successful divisions. But as far as what I know from Ralph, and I always mess up his last name, Giles, Gilles, however you say it. From his statement that he released, he said the SRT division isn't gone, but what they're going to do is they're not firing all those people. They're just going to use those guys' expertise, and they're going to share it amongst the other departments as well. So they want, because obviously the SRT engineers, they're obviously have a really high skill set. They're apparently going to share their skill set across the other platforms as well. I hope by what he's saying that doesn't take away their focus from the SRT vehicles. Hopefully they're still able to do what they've been doing with the SRT stuff, but he's saying that they're going to bring them under one roof so that the SRT guys can kind of oversee and give their input on the day-to-day vehicles to help improve those at the same time too. So that's what he's saying. They're not getting rid of SRT guys and that whole engineer team. They're just bringing them in so that they can all, have their input into the other cars at the same time. So that's according to one of the executives from SRT or Dodge division. So that's his take on it. Pennsyltucky B just became a member. Thank you for joining. Make sure you send me an email so I can get you out your sticker care package. And I finally got around, you guys, to sending out your sticker packages. So those went out this week. I apologize for a little bit of a delay, but I did send them out. If you guys don't know, I send out a full sticker package. We got all sorts of different colors. These are the 3 colors I'm sending out right now when you become a member. So we got black, red, and blue Boosted Motorsports stickers that go out when you become a member. So if you guys want these stickers, just hit that button and join, and send me the email, and you guys will get these stickers on your way. So we got a bunch of stickers too, but yeah, thanks for becoming a member, man. What other questions we got? Steve, hey John, question for you. Would you be able to rear mount turbos on the Hellcoda with the supercharger? No, that wouldn't make sense to do both. I mean, it's kind of one or the other. So guys are either twin turboing them, or they're keeping the supercharger set up and upgrading the supercharger, whether it's going with a Magnuson or a different brand supercharger, or putting the bigger blowers from either the Red Eye or the Demon on there. But yeah, I wouldn't do both. Racing Ram Fam, let me know the measurements of the cold air intake for the Hellcoda. All right. Yeah, let me what we should do too is I want to for some of these lives I want to do some fun stuff. So let's talk more, cuz I would like to do kind of like a guest thing on this as well. What the heck I think it's called Streaming Labs or Stream Labs, where you can have like guests on your YouTube channel. So I think it'd be cool to do that and kind of bounce ideas and kind of chit chat and engage with a bunch of people. So hit me up, we'll try to do that. But yeah, I'll let you know what the measurements are. I'm not sure just yet, but maybe we can bounce some ideas off and try to come up with an idea for an intake on the Hellcoda. If you can fab one up, that'd be awesome. David said, how's Jason's RT? Are you going to do any more to his truck with you moving? I got to follow up with him. Last I touched base with him, he was sending it off for paint, so I'll see where he's at with that. But yeah, we'll definitely get some more content on his truck too. Enrique says, it helps a lot, thanks. I'm thinking candy apple red. Nice. Yeah, I mean, if your truck is already red or black, or it's not a color it's gonna mash with that candy apple red you're thinking of, then you could probably get away with the wrap. But if it's a crazy different color, like I said, you're gonna see it no matter what you do. It's gonna bug you. If you're like me and you see little different colors here and there, it probably bother you as well. Eric says, hey, what's up, Eric? Michael, got a 2018 Ram 1500 Sport regular cab. Should I buy $4,000 6-year 96,000 mile extended warranty? Thinking stuff won't be happening to motor or drivetrain till after 120,000. I'm guessing if you're following our channel, you're probably into the performance stuff. I would personally, if you ask me, I would not spend the extra $4,000 and just keep that in your pocket. And just, if you have some sort of failure, don't be upset about it, but know that you have that $4,000 to go towards building your engine or transmission or whatever might be the failure. The only real failure that you could have is that lifter issue. But like I said, if that happened and you didn't spend the money on the warranty, I would still have a smile on my face. You probably spend a couple grands, change out the cam, put new lifters in it, put a performance cam in there and performance lifters in there, and you'd be back on the road again. So I would probably do that. It'd be more money in your pocket, and yeah, that would be the way I would go about it. Eric says, I love the Hellcat swap. Me too. He says, you have the best cars. I wish I had them. Thanks, man. It's a long time. It's taken me a long to acquire this little mini collection I have, but I've said it a few times. I don't know which one I would ever sell. I kind of want to get an actual Hellcat car, but I have so many vehicles already. Yeah. I mean, I really like the Hellcat cars, and there's a huge market for them, to be making content and all that stuff for them. But we got so many things already. I couldn't, the S2000, I don't mind getting rid of, but the other stuff, I don't think I'd be able to get rid of the other ones. Daniel says, do you know of any places that sell Ram 1500 parts, part out trucks? Your salvage yards are going to be your best bet for that. Nicholas, is that for subscribers, the stickers? Yeah. So if you become a member, if you join, you see, I'm going to mess up the name, but Pensiltucky, how they just joined as a member and they have that icon next to them, or Enrique, how he's got the team boosted. You get a bunch of exclusive like emojis, and there's Hellcat badges and all that stuff that you can post up. So when you become a member, it's like a paid member. There's 2 sponsorships or 2 levels to it. Yeah, then I send out the stickers, but I can sell the stickers as well. But honestly, it's cheaper for you guys just to get the membership. And I'm kind of putting faith in you guys that you guys actually stay a member. But the stickers are $5 each shipped, and then $2 for each extra sticker in that order. But to become a member, it's like $4.99, and I send you the stickers anyways. So either way, up to you guys. Tinker Garage. Come on, everybody, hit the like button. I know, right? Everybody's being stingy with them thumbs ups. Where is it? Let's go. Let's go. Landon says, do a headlight air intake hole like in the Demon. That'd be amazing. Yeah, I was actually looking today. Like, I could probably fit the snorkel from the stock airbox. With the amount of room that I have next to that radiator, I probably could. Probably could, but we'll see. We'll see what we come up with. I'm trying to make it look as factory as possible. And I actually, if you guys are just joining in or you weren't here right at the beginning, I picked up the full cooling system that we needed, all the damaged cooling system parts from a charger. So I have all that stuff, and I actually mounted all that stuff today. Everything was good. All the cooling system from the charger fits. So I ended up painting all the metal work that we fabbed up the other day. All that stuff's painted now. It's drying. And then I mounted most of the engine bay harness. I laced it all across the back of the firewall. Finished doing all that. So with that being done, what my next plan is I can probably... I got to do a couple more other things. If you guys remember, I have to change the exhaust manifold gasket. So I think at this point, the manifolds are going to stay on. So put in my new exhaust manifold gasket. We'll tighten up the headers so that we don't have to do any of that stuff later. Drop the cab back down. I can stick in the HVAC box. I can put the dash in. I can trim. Oh, I also got a new dash with the airbag on the passenger side is not deployed. So I have that here now. So I got to trim that the same way we trimmed the other one. And then I can put that in, and that's done. It doesn't have to come out, hopefully. And you know, if the dash is all in, the wiring harness for the dash is in, then I can start putting all my gauge cluster and all my touchscreen and all that stuff can start going in. And then it's just the body wiring harness. So yeah, it's just a matter of hooking up all this electrical and the hoses and our fuel system, which I know it's a lot, don't get me wrong, but like I'll be able to whip right through that stuff in a matter of, you know, a couple weeks, and then she'll be able to fire up. So she's gonna be running soon, boys. Like I said earlier in this chat, I have everything here pretty much to get this thing to run. I'm missing a few fittings and some small stuff, but I pretty much have most of the parts here that we need to complete this. So it's going to happen pretty quick, boys. Eric says, I know you don't have an SRT4, but what do you think about SRT4 for first car? I would say go for it. I used to have an SRT4, so I think I've mentioned that, but I did used to have an SRT4. It had a stage 2 on it from Mopar. It was pretty fun, and it was surprisingly really good on gas. So I would say go for it, and they're super cheap right now. Like the amount of performance you get, I know it's like a neon or whatever, but the amount of performance you get out of SRT4, it's a fun little car, you guys. I know it's a neon, whatever. Some people, you know, say it's a neon, but all jokes aside, it's a fun little car, and it's good on gas, and it's not no slouch either. Michael says, yeah, to the lifters, emergency funds, already staying off MDS by only driving with manual button on 8 gears. Got you on that like button. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of different theories whether using MDS causes that issue or not, but I don't know. That's why I'm kind of debating on that new motor that I have, whether to use the MDS system or not. Probably just going to put it in there and just not think about it. I'll probably still run the MDS system since I'm trying to save a buck on gas. But we got some exciting stuff coming. Let me just check my phone real quick. I think I'm going to a car cruise in the morning. I was gonna say show. Let's see. Hamburg. You do have great taste when it comes to Mopar. I always wanted a 5.7 Hemi swap my 04 Dakota 4x4 back in 05. Can't imagine Hellcat swap done right. I know. You know what's funny, you guys, is like the level that this thing is going to be completed at is going to be bonkers. Like, it's going to be pretty crazy. Like, but I mean, it's months in the making, right? I don't know when the official day was that we started. I want to say that we started this thing in October or November, right? So, I mean, I guess not super long in the grand scheme of things, but it is taking a while. But you know, it's one guy working on it amongst trying to do everything else. So, yeah, I mean, if I was just 100% working on this and didn't have to, you know, work part-time and still edit the videos and still, like, I've been doing a bunch of renos here and stuff so that I can get this place ready for sale as well. So if I wasn't doing all that stuff, I probably could get more done, but I think it's going pretty quickly for the amount of stuff we're doing. And if we had just done the engine swap, it would have gone a lot quicker too, but with having the dash and the whole, you know, interior and all the creature comforts, it's going to be a lot more fun in my opinion. So we'll see. We'll see. Henry, too bad the plastic wire loom protector didn't fit on the firewall. Trying to think of something to protect against the engine heat. Yeah, if you guys see the setup that we have now, it is so factory looking. The way that I wasn't too worried about having that stupid plastic thing on there. If you guys see the way that I dressed in the engine harness behind, it is so clean looking, you guys. I ended up stealing some of those, I don't know what the official name is, but it's like a tie wrap, but it has like the Christmas tree on it. It's all in one. It's like a factory thing. So I took a bunch of those. I ended up drilling holes and fastening it to the firewall all the way along in the upper corner. So it comes across, honestly, it looks factory. It comes across, tucked across all nice, and then it comes down. And yeah, I have the engine bay harness mounted right now, so probably depends. What do you guys think? Should I go to the car show tomorrow and enjoy myself with the Viper, or do I work on the Dakota in the morning tomorrow and try to get a video out for you guys by noon? I kind of have a feeling I know which one you guys are going to say, but I kind of want to take a little break in the morning. That's a tough one. But yeah, I should be able. Either way. I'm gonna be working on it tomorrow. I probably won't have a video for you guys tomorrow if I go to that car show in the morning. I'll probably work on the car, on the Dakota in the afternoon, and then I would be getting the video out to you guys maybe Sunday or Monday at the latest. But lots of progress either way. Lots of progress. Daniel, I'm kind of late, but any more mods to the 4th gen? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's stuff going on with it. I just haven't got to it yet. So we still have the catback exhaust. I did have to get different wheels, which I haven't really touched too much on. Like I said, kind of was yeah, I ended up being a wheel down, so one of the wheels failed, so I ended up having to get a new set of wheels. So we have a new set of wheels with 35s on the Ram, and what else? I changed over the steering wheel, so I showed you guys that I had that leather heated steering wheel that I found or bought that didn't have the leather worn out, so I swapped that over, so everything's all cherry in there now. And yeah, just kind of enjoying the truck for now. So I still have to detail the interior on that thing because since I bought it, I still haven't detailed that truck, and I usually like to do that, but I've just been swamped. So yeah, at some point we'll be doing that too, and I want to polish the whole truck at some point as well. Like, I know we got the front ends painted and everything, but I haven't polished the rest of the truck, which I usually like to do with, you know, vehicles that I get that are a little, you know, not that shiny or whatever. Tinker says, quick, can you use HP tuners to delete EGR so there's no check engine light? I don't think so. Yeah, I'm not sure. There's like they're a little bit hesitant on allowing for those capabilities. I think don't recall. It depends on your vehicle, but you can go in and you can. I think there's somewhere where you can disable certain check engine lights so that they don't illuminate. But they're a little bit picky on being like having options to turn off emission systems. So I can't give you 100%. You might want to contact HP and see if that option on your year, make, model is available. But I just know they're a little bit hesitant to do stuff like that on certain vehicles because they don't want to get in trouble. So Eric says, imagine putting elephant engine on the Dakota. Yeah, that would be a little crazy, I think. But we're gonna be making similar power all said and done once we mod up our Hellcat engine. Derek says, what's the end goal for the Dakota? Drag, cruise, etc. It's kind of, I want it to be both. So I want it to be a dual purpose. I want it to be able to be, stupid fast, but then ultimately have all the creature comforts so that you could cruise it or take it and it would be reliable. So it's going to be all 2019. It's going to have AC at some point. I'm probably not going to do the AC system right up off the bat. I'll deal with it later. I've done the provisioning and I've obviously put the AC components in it. I'm gonna have to get some custom AC lines off the back of the firewall, so we'll deal with that later. It's not necessary to get it running, but at least it's gonna be ready to go. But I'll have to get somebody to make and probably TIG some aluminum lines to come out and bend the way that I need them to bend. So like I said, I'll deal with that after, but yeah. It's going to be able to do both, and that's the idea. Same way as the Hellcats, how they can drive around, be a comfortable vehicle, and then go to the track and run really good times. So trying to do something like that. Lewin, when you have the swap done, put some 42 mud tires on the Dakota like Street Speed did. Watch your views skyrocket. I know, right? That's like... I mean, I can't hate on it, but that's like become the new thing is destroy stuff for views. I mean, I on this channel, I do the opposite. I like to fix things, and I don't know. I guess that's more my passion is like pretty much not every vehicle, but the last few vehicles that we've had build-wise on this channel have been like destroyed when we got them. So the Ram 1500, you guys saw that thing. The front end was crashed. The whole thing was in shambles. Check engine light was on. There was a bunch of lights on the dash. Bunch of issues with it, and now I'm happy to say there's no check engine lights, no tire pressure monitor lights on the truck. There's nothing. Everything's fixed and everything works. So we've brought that truck back to life. And then the S2000, you guys saw it was all crashed and beat up. We fixed it all, made it look like a really nice car. Dakota, even the Dakota when we got it, that thing was all beat looking. And now it actually looks like a really nice truck. The paint was all fried on it, and we polished it up as much as we could. And actually made it look like a half-decent truck. So, yeah, pretty much everything. We've been doing the opposite. Everybody's, getting views to destroy stuff, and we're over here fixing stuff. But I don't know. Maybe we'll try the other way one time. But not on these vehicles. We've spent way too many hours on these to be destroying them. We'll have to get something else to destroy if we go that way. Michael says, how's the interior going to look in the Dakota? Well, I mean, it's going to have a Hellcat dash, Hellcat center console, Hellcat steering wheel. Should have SRT4 seats, or it might do different seats, and then custom door panels. So it's going to look like a Hellcat inside. David, can you show us some of the parts you got since we here are live instead of having to wait for the video to drop? I'm on my computer, so I can't. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, if you guys go on my Instagram, actually I can show you here. I can show you a picture on here. So here, can you see it? So there's the dash I got. You can see the Dakota, that's in the garage. So we got a clean dash. Hope you guys can see that. Everyone can see. So clean dash, complete dash. Here's one more shot of it. So you can see the airbag's not deployed. So that one I'm going to trim to fit the Dakota, and then that'll drop right in. And then here's our cooling setup. It's done, you guys. So you can see the condenser's not new. All the parts are used, but yeah, condenser's not new. I might replace the condenser just so it looks a little more fresh. But I mean, not the end of the world. It's just a used condenser on the front. But you can see it's all mounted up. Everything clears. Everything fits beautifully. And I installed all the mounting brackets too. And then here's, like, look at that clearance. Everything looks factory. Our upper radiator hose, it connects like no problem. And everything, yeah, everything looks factory, you guys. So it's done. So that's all done. We got all the good cooling stuff in there, and yeah, I'm on to the next step. So we're just gonna keep rocking away here. Let's see. Check your guys' comments. Derek says, go chill at the meet. Daniel says, do the car show. Nicholas says the show. Josh says the show. Cody says the car show. Henry says, okay, was close to engine. Was worried. You gotta move to stay with the build. You gotta move, so stay with the build. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna put my head down and just hammer this thing out. I'm not gonna rush it, but I'm just gonna get it done. So, like I said, it's gonna be, mark my words, like 2-3 weeks tops, unless I'm like waiting on some little part or something. This thing's gonna be running. So, probably even less than that. I'm gonna give myself like a safe 2-3 weeks. Like 2-3 weeks is like a safe bet, but honestly, it'll probably be running before then. I'm still gonna have a lot of like little knickknacks and stuff to, like, you know, finish and, you know, dress in and all that stuff. But yeah, I should be able to hit the button and start it, or at least turn on the whole electrical system pretty soon here. Cliffhanger says, take a break, you deserve it. Eric says, car show. Let me ask you guys this: if I'm gonna go to the car show, do you guys want me to vlog it, or is it boring? I mean, I don't know. I can try to make it fun or interesting, but if you guys want, I can take the camera with me. Vlog the car show, show you guys where I'm going, who I'm hanging out with, and let me know if you guys want to see that, and I'll take the camera with me tomorrow if I end up doing that. David says, are you changing suspension tire width and rear to help with the spin? Yeah, so I think I went over that, but yeah, we're gonna end up doing some stuff in the rear. I also have traction bars too, so I have Caltrax that we'll end up putting on it. Damn, Christopher Kraus. McDonald's Money Friday. Thank you, sir. He's hitting us with that McDonald's money. I should go get some McDonald's. I haven't even had dinner yet. Ooh, it's 9:30 and I haven't even had dinner. What's going on here? Let's see what other questions we got. Yeah, so Henry says he showed the parts already. Yes, I did. So if you guys, like I said, if you check my Instagram, I usually kind of post little teaser videos over there too. Eric says, I have to go. Have a good weekend. You too. Derek, we need to race when we both get done. I sent pictures of my Hellcat swap dart on Instagram a few weeks back. Nice. Yeah, I'd be down. Joshua, did you get rid of those bronze wheels? Which ones? Which bronze wheels do you mean? Humberg, are you going to track or drag race this Hellcoda? Hell yeah, we are. We're not going to road course it, because that would be kind of boring, but it definitely wouldn't handle well, but we're definitely going to be drag racing this. What tires are you thinking about in the back? I mean, we can fit a 15-inch in the back with a slick, so we're golden back there. Right now I think we have a 10.5, but we could go wider if we need, but we're going to have lots of tires. It's just going to be a matter of weight transfer that we'll have to play with. Robert says, can't wait to Dakota going and do a fat nasty burnout. I know, man. Seriously, it's going to be fun as hell. Henry, if you go to a show, tape it and share. All right. Well, I will share that for sure. Michael says, I'd love to see a Viper out and vlog it. All right, I guess we're vlogging the car show tomorrow. Josh says, a car show vlog would be cool, but not completely necessary. Up to you. Yeah, I don't mind doing it. It's just sometimes I feel like it's a lot of work, and then not that many people watch it. But I haven't done one in a while, so maybe we got more of an audience here that might be into that stuff. Enrique says, always live in the chat. Car show. Thanks, John, for the advice. Thank you, man. Thanks for your support, guys. And Christopher says, have you plasti-dipped rims? Did it turn out okay? What's the best way to change them? Yeah, so I've plastic wheels before. The only thing is it's not plastic's not petroleum resistant. So if you get like grease on it or any like oil based stuff, it tends to wear off the plastic. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, plastic wheels, it comes out good. Joshua, so I just picked up a 2013 Ram 1500, and you used to have those 24-inch Hellcat wheels back in the day. You still got those for sale? No, I don't have them for sale. I sold the original set, and I bought another set, and I have them on the SRT10 Ram, but not for sale. I love those wheels, so not giving those up. Christopher says, car show vlog for sure. All right, I'll do it. Daniel says, I'll watch it. I guess we're doing a car show vlog then. What other stuff can I show you guys? I swear I had some cool stuff. Let me show you guys it. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to put this thing on. So if you guys don't know, this is something relatively new from these guys. So hopefully you guys can see. Yeah, so this is the Holley fuel pump. Like I said, it's got a Walbro 450 on it. And, or maybe it's not a Walbro, but I know it's a 450. And yeah, it's pretty cool because it's going to be a drop-in for our older trucks. So this is a drop-in for the Dakota, and I guess it's the same for the same generation Ram. So I guess 98 to I think 03 or 04 is the same. But the cool thing about this setup, you guys, and I guess I'll get into more on what the game plan is. The cool thing is it's got a return option. I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't know why it's so dark. But yeah, see, now you guys can see it. So this is going to be our feed. So we're going to do all anodized fittings with steel braided line all the way to our fuel line. And then it's got this plug. Yeah, this one right here. No, this one. Same thing. But anyways, it's got another plug for a return line. So we can end up doing a return setup afterwards, which is kind of cool. So right now it's returnless, which means the fuel goes one way and our fuel pressure regulator is right here. And it goes up to our fuel rail and doesn't come back. But a return system, the fuel pressure regulator is up at the fuel rail, and then it has a line which dumps fuel back. So it keeps pressure up at the rail, and then it comes back, whatever it doesn't need, it bleeds off the excess and comes back and dumps it back into the tank. So if you're going real high horsepower, usually most guys will go return setup. And this has provisioning so that we can run it in the future. So it's kind of cool, that setup. You guys might be wondering why I'm putting this in. A few reasons. One is because our factory fuel system isn't going to be able to power that big engine. So this will be able to do it for the power. And the other thing too is at some point I want to put a fuel cell in this, but like I said, with everything I've kind of mentioned before with us trying to move and all that stuff, I'm not trying to do the fuel system, like the fuel cell right now. I just want to get the truck running. And with putting this in there, we'll be able to run our line, get the truck running. It'll be good for now. And then, when we're trying to address traction and all that stuff later, we can put a fuel cell in and tinker with it down the road. But for now, this is going to get us up and running. And it's going to be drop into our tank, and we'll be able to run it up to the factory fuel rail. So it's pretty cool, actually. I don't have all the fittings, but so this is going to come out a -10, and then we're going to run our steel braided line. And I think I showed you guys, this is a -10 on this side, and then this is going to click right onto our factory fuel rail. So it's going to be all factory, but these Earl's fittings are super badass. So you can see there, Earl's 1/2 inch. And yeah, this will go on our factory fuel rail, and we'll just have all AN fittings all the way. So it's going to be done properly, you guys. You guys already know, I think you guys know me at this point. It's going to be done as legit as possible, but it's going to be pretty good. White Knuckle says, yeah, car show blog for sure. All right, we will do. Daniel, nice tattoos. I need to get more, but they're so expensive. Yeah, I kind of just went one and done. I just did the whole friggin' arm. And yeah, I did a bunch of stuff, all tattoos, and then I'm just over it now. I kind of just, there was like 1 year where I just got everything done, like long time, my early 20s, and I just haven't touched it since. I'm good now. I'm good. My tattoo craze is over. Robert says, anyone see the 1970 Hellcat Cuda? Owner of car is now building a 1969 Charger RT with new Demon motor. But I want to see this Dakota Hellcat more. Thanks, man. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I feel like, I guess my abilities with this project have come way up. I'm not that I was ever second guessing myself, but I've never had to fabricate this much stuff. And just getting this familiar with the Hellcat setup, like, I feel like we could do a lot of different projects next. So, depending on where the channel goes and if the channel grows to where I'd like it to grow, I mean, we could tackle all sorts of crazy stuff after this. So, should be pretty interesting to see where this thing goes, boys. I think once we get this truck done, right now I think there's people watching, but I think once it's finished and running, I think that's when maybe the attention is going to really start to pour in. The fact that we completed it. I mean, lots of people attempt things but don't complete them, or they don't finish them, or it doesn't work, or whatever. But I'm telling you guys, this thing's going to work. I think you guys know at this point it's going to be completed. And I think once it's done and people see the work that we did, and then they can go back and see how we got here, I think it's going to really do big things for the channel. But I think we'll see. Derek says Hellcat pump is 525. I can't remember, but either way, we'll be all right for now. I'll double check what I got. I'm pretty sure that's a 450, but we'll see. But the Hellcat pump has an assist pump, so I don't know. I'll double check. Humborg, what exhaust you rolling with on this Hellcoda? I put a carbon progressive on my 2011. It's gonna have Hellcat exhaust on it, so you guys already know well, those of you guys that are with the channel for a bit, you guys already know we have the Hellcat exhaust on there from before, so it's all gonna work and sound good. Darren's Mopar Express. Hey John, I just woke up here 12:20 and seen your live. Awesome work on the Hellcoda. It's coming together. It looked all 100%. Factory like. Very well done. Thanks, man. Yeah, it's we put another good day in today, so I can't wait till after this weekend. We're gonna be well on our way. I think by the end of this weekend, I should have the new dash in there, and I should have the engine bay harness, and I think I should have the dash harness all done. And I'll probably be starting to work on the body harness next. So things are going to start moving pretty quick here. Robert says, I seen a Dakota with a Hellcat motor run 139 in high nines. Nice. Christopher says, it worked on a garage floor. We know it'll work. I know, right? Except for all those doubters out there that think it won't work, but that's funny too. Daniel says, once it works, and get some races in, and 1320 will post it again. Yeah, even once it starts and stuff, that's going to be such a crazy video, walking up to the truck. Even the fact that I'm going to have the remote start, I'm going to have the Hellcat remote. If I push that button twice on the remote, it's probably going to fire up and start up remotely. It's going to be hilarious. So once we start making all those videos, you guys, I think this thing is going to pop off. So I gotta just get it done. That's all it is. Put my money where my mouth is and just get this thing done. I mean, obviously it's going to get done, but it's just taking a while. That's all. Big Daddy's house. Glad you started doing 4th Gen Ram content again. You plan on doing any Alpha OBD stuff? Yeah, so I made one video. I'll probably make some others too. I've just been swamped with the Hellcoda stuff, but she's coming along. Henry, the truth, most just go so far and give up. You're in it for the long haul. Awesome engineering skills. Yeah, I'm having fun doing it, you guys. So I'm just super thankful that, of all the sponsors that are supporting us on this. Without them, it would be a lot more expensive, and I don't know if I'd be able to afford it with the channel at the moment. So huge shout out to our main sponsors, Holly, HP Tuners, for getting us the stuff that we need and getting us sorted out. So yeah, and thanks to you guys too for watching the builds and supporting us. You guys are making it all possible. So let me know if there's any more questions. I might wrap it up in a few minutes here. Maybe we'll go till 10 o'clock my time. And we'll wrap this thing up. Yeah, so I have lots of stuff for sale, you guys. Like I said, You guys would be doing me a huge favor if you guys are interested in purchasing any of it. If you guys want to put a Hellcat dash in your Dakota, I've got a whole spare kit to go with it. But just make sure you're local, because I've had a bunch of people hit me up that are not local, and I don't think they realize how much it would cost to ship. So, I mean, I could technically ship it, but it's going to be an arm and a leg to ship it. The thing's huge and it's heavy, so it'd be better if you road trip it out here or you're local. Robert says, any idea what the next build is after the Dakota? Not really, honestly. I kind of want to twin turbo the Viper, try my luck at fabricating something like that, but I'm trying to decide what would be like a build that would really turn some heads. I don't know. We'll see what we can do. See what we can talk. I mean, with our knowledge and expertise on the Hellcat swap with the Dakota, maybe we could do like a more simple Hellcat swap on, you know, something different. We'll see. We'll see. Or we could try to make a promise, you guys. I would probably say if we got to, what do you guys think? What's a realistic number? Do you guys think if we got to 150,000 subscribers this year, 2021, I'll Hellcat swap the Ram 1500? Do you think that's a good proposal? I think it's possible. I mean, with the Hellcat Dakota swap, I think we should be able to get enough attention. But what do you guys think? 150,000 subscribers on this channel, and we do a Hellcat swap on the Ram 1500? If we could get there, I'd probably be down. Let me know. Let me know in the chat. What do you guys think? Daniel says Hellcat badges on the fenders would look nice. I'm probably not, because it's probably going to look racer. Even though we have a Hellcat swap, obviously, I think it's going to look try hard, and people are going to not think that it's actually Hellcat swap. So I'll probably just leave it D-badge. Darren says, have you decided what you're doing with the new Hemi you bought yet? Yeah, we're going to dress that up. I'm going to put on engine stands. Holly's going to send us some parts, some badass parts, so huge shout out to those guys. They're sending us a whole bunch of stuff to build and dress up the engine on the stand. So as you guys saw, it doesn't have like valve covers and all that stuff on it, so we're gonna put some billet valve covers on it. We're gonna put a new oil pan on it. I'm trying to think what else. I think I gotta get a front timing cover. I don't know if I'll transfer my old one or try to put another one on there, but yeah, we got a bunch of cool stuff. So we'll probably dress up that engine, put it on the stand, and then we'll put the headers on it, make it look all cool, and then yeah, we'll do a whole series on dressing up the 5.7. So that's gonna be the next thing for us. Ben says, I'm just waiting for the day where you put an epic video for the Dakota starting it up once the swap is done, like you did for the S2K for the swap, or for the wrap. I know. I'm going to for sure. You guys can bet on that. Nicholas Butterfield, you should hang out with DIY Gang for the day. He has a few Hellcats too. Yeah, I think where the heck is he though? He's up north somewhere. I know he's somewhere cold. I don't think, yeah, he's not too close to over here though. Ben's asking Big Daddy a question. Ben says, hell yeah, do it. That would be hilarious. Michael says, ordered the Dakota hoodie. Sport some of your gear soon. Thanks, man. Appreciate the support. Yeah, if you guys don't know, we have a bunch of merchandise too. So we'll probably have to do a Hellcoda one here soon. I think that's only necessary. Robert says, heck yeah, Hellcat the Ram. Need call my mama and tell her to support this channel. Do it. Honestly, if everybody that's on the channel already shared it and got one extra person to, you know, not by force, but if they shared it with one person that was interested in this channel, we would double our subscribers, like, you know, right off the get-go, right? So if everybody that watches our channel right now shared it with one person that's subscribed, we would pretty much get there. But how about that? I'll make you guys promise. You guys heard it here first. If we hit 150,000 subscribers this year, I'll Hellcat swap the Ram 1500. Daniel says, anything cool you got for the 1500 for sale? Do I have anything cool for sale for the 1500? Not really. Not at the moment. I think I might have some projector headlights for sale. I kind of have a few different options for headlights. I think I have 3 projector headlights. I gotta see. But I might have some stuff that I'm selling. I don't know. Because I was playing around with a bunch of headlight stuff. Darren says, Hellcat swap SRT. Wow, you surprised me on that one. I love to see things being its same body style as 2002 truck. I help try to tell as many people as I can for it. Yeah, so I wouldn't Hellcat swap the SRT10. I would Hellcat swap my 4th gen truck. So I'd almost be making a budget TRX. So it's already lifted, it's already got 35s, and we'll put a Hellcat swap in it. So I'll Hellcat swap my daily, the 4th gen, if we hit 150K. 150K this year, I'll Hellcat swap the 4th gen Ram 1500. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. Let's see if you guys have any more questions, and we'll try to wrap it up in 5 minutes here. Let me know if you guys have any more questions. Derek says, you see the Gen 5 Whipples for the Hellcat? Tempting. Yeah, I mean, that would be cool too. Like I said, we're just gonna do stock power levels for now, and, you know, try to sort out all the traction stuff. Like I said, we got Caltrax bars for the Dakota. We'll have to put those on for sure, and do a bunch of stuff to get this thing to hook. But it's gonna be fun. Once we get it fully hooking at the stock power levels, then we'll work on turning the thing up. Ben says, turn it into a TRX. Yeah, so like I said, if we hit 150K this year, mark my words, we'll turn my 4th gen Ram 1500 into a TRX. We'll Hellcat swap it. Nicholas says, do you have a dream car or do you own it? Yeah, so my dream car was honestly always a Viper, and now I own one, so now I'm having to reassess my goals, I guess. But not that more is always better, but yeah, I managed to get my dream car at a pretty young age. So in my 20s, actually, I'm 33 now, but yeah, in my 20s, I got the Dakota, or not the Dakota. Dakota was not my dream vehicle. I got the Viper. But I think my next dream car is probably a Ferrari 458 or the new Viper ACR. I think those two would be my next go-to. I'm not really a huge fan of Lamborghini. I think they're kind of played out. I think there's a lot of Lambos out there, like especially the Huracan, that are kind of just whatever. But I think if I had my way, I probably would want to get a Ferrari 458 and wide body it. I think that would be so badass. I don't know. There's something just about Ferraris, because I mean, Ferrari actually goes racing with their stuff, right? Like Lamborghini doesn't do F1 and, you know, race like that, but Ferraris are actually race inspired cars. So I feel like Ferrari's a better performer, and a lot more people feel like Ferrari's a little bit more exclusive, a little bit more rare. Especially like, watch tomorrow. I'll make a point of it too. Tomorrow when I go to the car show, watch how many Lamborghini Huracans there are. So it'll be in Orange County. You'll see so many Lamborghini Huracans. Like, they're almost like Priuses. They're just everywhere over there. It's kind of sad. So it's like nobody even bats an eye at a Lamborghini Huracan. But if you have a Ferrari 458, like, it's pretty rare. There's not that many of them. So I would like to get, like, I think a cool project would be to get a salvage Ferrari 458 and wide body it and do all custom. I think that would be super fun. But seems like we're in the Mopar game for now, so we'll see. Henry says, single cab daily driver then. No single cab daily driver. We've already got too many. Pretty much every car we have except for the Ram is 2-seater. The Dodge Viper is 2-seater. The Dakota is a 2-seater. The Ram SRT10 is a 2-seater. It's technically a 2-seater. It has 3 seats, but it's got a shifter in the middle, so just call it 2-seater. S2000 is a 2-seater. So the Ram 1500 that we have, the 4th gen, is the only vehicle is not a two-seater that we have. Darren's Mopar Express says, oh, okay, the Ram truck, now I got you. It'd still be awesome. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. Robert says, I still remember the day you bought the Dakota RT. Been here since day one. Thanks for the support, man. Yeah, it's that Dakota's done a huge transformation from when we picked it up. Chasing Performance. Once done, where do you plan on running it and travel? I want to hit all the major races. Like, you know, I don't know if it'll be worthy of it in time for this year. I was hoping, but it's taking a little bit longer. I kind of wanted to be ready for Texas 2K, but I think to run there, like, we're gonna have to run it. Like, we're gonna have to iron out a lot of bugs before it would be worthy of running there. But I want to like go to some of these. A lot of the YouTube call-out events are usually like closer to the East Coast and stuff like that. So I want to get down that direction so we can go to some of these events. But yeah, we're gonna be all over. But yeah, we'll see. And I mean, I don't know if SEMA is gonna be a go this year, but I have a feeling we're gonna be moving either to Texas or Florida. And then I have a feeling that truck is, if SEMA's a go this year, I have a feeling the truck is gonna be at SEMA at somebody's booth. I can only imagine. So then I'll have to come all the way back west to go over to Vegas with it. But I'm not complaining. It'll be a cool time. Daniel says, have you seen the Hellcat single cab 4x4 on YouTube? I have not. I'll check it out. Enrique says 150K. Let's go. See you, John. I know. That's the plan. That's the plan. Let's go. Let's get there. Derek says double adjustable shocks in all four corners will help. Yeah, I agree. Robert says nice Hellcat emojis. Yeah, if you become a member, you get all those Hellcat emojis. So consider becoming a member, and you'll get all the different emojis. Ben says Ferrari seems like a lot more of a legit fancy car to have that might not be as widely owned. Plus, they're cool. Yeah, I mean, I think it's just a little more exclusive. And I think, like, customizing it, I wouldn't just buy, like, a Ferrari and just, like, stare at it bone stock. We'd obviously mess with it and modify it and make it our own. Darren, that's a sweet shirt you're rocking there. I wouldn't mind one of them, too. Yeah, so this is one of our sponsors, you guys. So, huge shout out to those guys. They've been super helpful with this whole build process. So, and the shirt's not bad either. So, not bad at all. But she's 10 o'clock here tonight. I'm going to get some food in me. Appreciate all support, you guys. Like I said, it looks like tomorrow I'm going to hit that car show in the morning, get out, get some fresh air, and I'll vlog it for you guys since everybody seems to want to see the car show. So I'll document that for you guys. And at the same time, I'm going to be working a lot on the Dakota this weekend, so I'll try to get as much done as I can. But thanks for joining tonight's live. Thanks to everybody that contributed, and see you guys on the next video. Have a good weekend, guys.